There are some devices that don't just feel big, they feel industrial. And this is one of them. An 84-inch 4K touchscreen display with 10-point multi-touch support, smart features built in, and a design that instantly tells you it's not meant for casual use. This isn't your typical living room TV. This is closer to a digital surface designed for workspaces, classrooms, and high-end collaboration setups. At first glance, the design is clean and minimal. Slim bezels, a matte finish, and a large, uninterrupted panel that dominates any wall it's placed on. It doesn't try to blend in. It's meant to be noticed. When you power it on, you get a familiar smart interface stretched across an enormous canvas. Everything feels scaled up, but still responsive. Apps open smoothly, navigation is intuitive, and most importantly, the touch layer immediately becomes the focus of the experience. Because interacting with an 84-inch touchscreen is very different from using a phone or tablet. You're physically moving across a large surface, reaching farther, dragging elements across what feels like a digital wall. And surprisingly, the responsiveness holds up well. There's a slight delay compared to premium small-screen devices, but for something this large, it performs better than expected. The real value of a display like this becomes clear when you think about how it's meant to be used. In professional environments, this kind of setup makes a lot of sense. Meetings become interactive sessions where ideas are drawn, moved, and edited in real time. Presentations are no longer passive. They turn into collaborative experiences where multiple people can engage with the content simultaneously. In classrooms, it replaces traditional boards and projectors, allowing teachers to annotate directly on lessons, highlight concepts, and interact dynamically with content in a way that feels much more modern and flexible. But when you shift this into a home environment, things get a little less straightforward. As a television replacement, it's impressive but arguably excessive. Sitting several feet away from an 84-inch touchscreen means you're not really using the touch functionality the way it was intended. At that distance, it functions more like a traditional large display than an interactive surface. Still, the visual performance is solid. The 4K resolution delivers sharp detail, brightness levels are strong enough for well-lit rooms, and overall clarity is more than sufficient for media consumption and presentations. It doesn't aim to compete with high-end OLED TVs in contrast or cinematic depth, but that's not really its goal. Touch performance is one of the most important parts of the experience, and here it does a respectable job. Multi-touch input works smoothly, gestures are recognized accurately, and multiple users can interact with the screen at the same time without major issues. There is a learning curve in terms of precision, especially if you're used to smaller touch devices, but the system remains stable under normal use. Where it really stands out is collaboration. Few display systems allow multiple people to physically interact with the same content at once in a natural way. That's where this kind of technology starts to justify its size and complexity. Thermals and system performance remain controlled, even during extended use. You can tell there's active processing going on behind the panel to manage touch input and smart features, but it doesn't become distracting or unstable. Ultimately, this kind of product raises an interesting question about how we interact with screens. Not every large display needs touch. And not every touch interface benefits from being this large. But in specific environments where collaboration matters more than individual consumption, this format starts to make real sense. It's not trying to replace your TV in the living room. It's not trying to replace your tablet or laptop either. It sits in a very specific category between digital whiteboard, presentation tool, and interactive display. And in that role, it actually delivers better than expected.